What's going on, guys? This is Adam with Vanglory, here to talk to you guys about the set 11 cards for Royal Paladin. My name's Adam here, as I just said before, and let's get going with it. I'm glad to show you guys this. Alright, so those of you that don't know me, my name is Adam Mejia. I just recently got 5th place at the Jacksonville BWC with Altmile Brave, ironically enough, so I have some credentials with this deck to talk to you guys about these things. Also topped with at 3 ARGs with Altmile. Altmile's my most competitive deck, even though most people don't think very much of it for some reason. I don't understand. And I'm also sponsored by this cool card shop called Pro Play Games. If you guys don't know what it is, check it out. There will be a link to their channel in the description. Alright, so there's the Royal Paladin clan symbol, and here we have some topics to discuss. There are 8 cards released for Royal Paladin in this new set, Demonic Advent. There are 5 for Alphago Blaster, so it's mainly a Blaster Alfred set. Not really my cup of tea, but I guess we'll have to deal with it. I think that the cards for Blaster Alfred are actually quite good, so it's definitely worth mentioning. We have 2 for my boy Altmile, and then we have just 1 generic card that'll help all the clans. Also, I want to talk to you guys about the predicted prices and the market value of other cards that you may not think about, but other cards that are probably going to go up as a result that you should probably pick up now. And we're getting another SP pack. Awesome. So we got the Altmile SP pack back in set 8, Absolute Judgment, and now we have another one for Alphago Blasters, so it's really cool. And at the end of this video, I'm going to talk about our current state of the meta, where we're going to be, if these cards are even good, and what you have to worry about. Alright, without further ado, let's get to the first card. What's it going to be? We have this beautiful guy, Holy Divine Knight Gantelot Peace Saver. So his skill is you stride on top of him, and he has an auto skill, and it's restricted to Alfred or Blaster Heart, by the way. So when this unit attacks, if you have a heart card with Alfred or Blaster in its card name, you can countercharge 1 until the end of that battle. This unit gets drive +1, and then if you're GB2, it gets a crit. So quad drive and a crit. But if that wasn't enough, it also has a continuous ability face up in the G zone, where all of your Blaster Blade units during your turn get resist. It's a little broken when you consider the plays that you can make with Flogel, and I've started playing the Blaster stuff with Blaster Blade Exceed and Alfred Oath, and one of the biggest problems with the deck is that you run out of counterblast very quickly, and on top of that, your first turn stride sometimes can be a little underwhelming due to the fact that you may just not have the rear guard. So this definitely fixes that, considering it's a first stride. Oh my goodness, it's a first stride. This card is broken. It's phenomenal. I think that this card is going to fall in the $20 to $30 range, so if you guys are considering whether or not you should get a K-Split for Royal Paladin, I would definitely do it just for this card alone. If you get a bunch of this card, wow, it's going to be ridiculous value right there. Alright, so we're going to move on to our next card, and it's our new style Blaster Lou. This card is pretty interesting. I'm not really sure how much I think about it, but its skill is auto when it's placed on Vanguard or rear guard. You can choose a card from your drop zone with the Blaster Blade name, and you can put it at the bottom of your deck, and then that unit will gain 5k power. And also it has a continuous ability on Guardian or Rearguard Circle, and if you have a Vanguard with Alfred or Blaster in its card name, it gets 5k shield and intercept. As a grade 3, it's a little versatile because now you gain the ability to intercept. It has the Blaster name, so it doesn't really mess up all your plays, but it really doesn't give you a lot of plays when it's on the Vanguard Circle. It's cool that you can have it on the Vanguard Circle and still have your Blaster restrictions on your strides go off, but at the same time, it's really hard for me to say that I would want to play this card in the deck. It does put your Blaster Blade units back, which is very nice, but that's about all it's good for. I would say that it's gonna be $1, just a rare. It's not that hard. So we're gonna move on to the next card with this nice new perfect card that we got, Divine Fountain Maiden Lien. So its skill, it's a Sentinel, we all know what that is, but When it's placed on the Guardian Circle, you can Soul Blast 1. If you do, choose one of your grade 3 units with Alphago Blaster in its card names that's being attacked, and that unit cannot be hit until the end of the battle. So you can't use it as a regular perfect guard, you must Soul Blast 1 to block, but you do not have to pitch a card from hand, and it can block rear guards. Because it says units, it doesn't say Vanguard, so that's very nice. Unfortunately, it does have to be placed from hand, so it's not going to work with the new G Guardian, as I'll talk about later. But it is still a very, very good card. And for all of you guys that played Royal Paladin back in the day, it's nice to have a throwback of Lian. It's nice to have a throwback of all these cards, actually, when I think about it. I do think that this card is going to be kind of pricey, not ridiculously expensive. I would say it's going to fall closer to the $4 range, but I give a range from $3 to $7. Now to the next card we're going to move to is a Spiretainer. Another throwback from Dream Painter back in the day. Its skill is Auto GB1. When it's placed on rear guard from your hand, it can't be placed from the deck. If you have a Vanguard with Alphago Blaster in its card name, you countercharge 1 and soul charge 1, and that unit gets plus 3k power. So it becomes a 12k attacker, you soul charge, you countercharge. The problem is that its GB1 in this deck rushes, and on top of that, it has to be placed from hand, which is another drawback to the card. So I don't see the card getting much play. It's nice that Bushiroad made a card like this for us, considering the counterblast is a problem for Royal Paladin. If it said placed from deck, I feel like it would get a lot more play, but right now I really don't think too much of a Spiretainer, but it is a nice card to have. So the next card we're going to get is Little Great Sage Marin, this new G-Guard, another throwback from our 8k vanilla Marin back in the day. We all know what G-Guardians do. You pitch a heal trigger from hand to throw the G-Guardian from face down position face up. But its skill, when it gets placed on the Guardian Circle, you Soul Blast 1, and if you have a Vanguard with Alphago Blaster in its card name, you pay the cost. If you do, search your deck for up to 1 grade 1 or greater card, calls the Guardian Circle, and gets plus 5k shield until the end of the battle, and shuffle your deck. When I first read this card, I thought it said grade 1. Only grade 1. I'm not sure if this translation is incorrect, but I'm going to analyze it as if this translation is 100% correct. Now that it says grade 1 or greater, it's a little more versatile. It's nice to get around some guard restriction if you run just generic perfect guards. Flash Shield Assault was the OG perfect guard for Royal Paladin back in the day, so if you want to throw a couple Assaults in your deck, you can. So you can get around guard restrictions like Gilderai, One Steeped in Sin, Sharo, Phantom Blaster Diablo. Gosh, there are just so many out there, so this can save you against those cards. The problem is that it's also Soul Blast 1, the Lien is Soul Blast 1. Maybe you'll lose Soul pretty quickly, but the Blaster deck does build up a lot of Soul with the Lose going into Soul and the Margles and all that jazz, so I really don't think you have a problem with it. Predicted price is $1, probably less to be honest, it's just a rare. Down to our next card, we have our first generic card of the set, and it's a very important one, this bad boy Crit, a Lone Gal. I'm not sure if that translation is going to go straight to English, if it's actually going to be called a Lone Gal, but it's just a simple Dark Knight of Nightmare Land clone, where you put it in Soul and you choose one of your units and it gets 3k. This is actually a lot more important than a lot of people think it is, because a lot of Royal Paladin decks run 8+ crit, usually at least 6 crit, and some of those are going to be vanillas. So when we replace these vanilla crits with these crits, we have another way of soul charging, we have another way of getting power to Blaster Blade or any unit that's just gonna punch their faces in. It's very nice that Bushiroad gave us another trigger like this. We already have so many broken triggers, just this adds to the versatility of the deck. And the predicted price is going to be less than $1, but I would say pick it up fast. You see these cards that just get short printed and they become extremely expensive. Silence Joker, Ancient Dragon Dino Dial, Dark Knight of Nightmare Land, Hysteric Shirley. All these cards just go up in value because they get short printed and nobody thinks about it. Get your playset, get 2 playsets, get this card. It's very phenomenal. Alright, on to our next card, and oh my goodness, words cannot describe how happy I am that Bushiroad made this card for us. It's Heroic Divine Knight Halbwax, kind of a weird name. It's not exactly the swagalicious name that I would create for Alt-Mal Brave, but we'll be fine here. Its skill is Stride. We all know what Stride is. Okay, so it has an Axe skill. Once per turn, you Counterblast 1 and Soul Blast 1 and choose a face down card with the same name as its unit and turn it face up. You search your deck for up to 1 card with the Brave ability for each face up card in your G zone with the Brave ability, and you call them to separate rear guards. Those units get plus 2k power for each unit called until the end of your turn, and then you shuffle your deck. And then it also has another Axe skill, Brave. You Counterblast 1, and the Vanguard will get plus 5k power until the end of the turn. Oh my goodness. Alright. This is a first stride, this is a late game stride, it's such a versatile stride. It's beyond phenomenal. It's a Brave Lancer Dragon when you don't have a Knight of Power charge in your hand. And the units that you call will gain ridiculous power. You call 5 units, they all get 10k power. And one thing I want to specify here is that it says Brave units. Units, not grade 2s, units. Just up to 1 card with the Brave ability for each face-up card with the Brave ability in your G zone. That's beyond phenomenal. You call the Sonic Owls, you call the Stand Triggers, you call Red-Ons, you call Suleimans, anything that you need in any specific situation. This card is so good, guys. If you play Alt-Mal Brave, you have something else to be excited about. Guaranteed. I'm telling you guys. Pick this card up. He's going to be $8 to $10. He may even be higher than that. I'm not the greatest at predicting prices, but yes, this card is definitely worth the hype. It's funny because this is an Alphago Blaster set, but I personally think this is the second best card released for Royal Paladin in this deck, the first being Gancelot. We're going to move on to the last card, which is another Alt-Mal Brave card. This one doesn't really have as much hype around it. Knight of Pulsation Starius. It has a skill that if you have a Vanguard with Alt-Mal in its card name, it gets grade +1. And then GB1 Brave, it gets plus 2k power and the continuous ability of resist. So this is good for those people that were running Selim was its name. Selim was the OG guy that if you had a Vanguard with Alt-Mal in its name, it gets grade +1 in the deck, and Brave continuously, it gets plus 3k power. So this one says GB1 Brave, it gets plus 2k power and resist. So you're just trading off 1k power for the resist ability. But the problem is, I want to highlight this too. You only gain the resist ability in Brave. You only gain the resist ability in Brave. It says it right there, you guys. So don't be so quick to put this into your Alt-Mal decks if you think it's phenomenal because of Freeze Ray. It can help, but you also have to be in Brave. So just remember that. It should be less than $1. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to talk about is we get another SP Clan Pack. Another Clan Pack SP pack for Royal Paladin. And this one features all the Blaster Alfred support. First card in it is Divine Fountain Maiden Lien, the new Sentinel. We also have the G Guardian, Little Great Sage Marin, very good card. New Style Blaster Lu. Not too excited about that one being in the SP pack, but we get Blaster Blade Exceed. It's nice that they've reprinted a higher rarity Blaster Blade Exceed for this set, because just the stamp version, I really don't think it's that nice, to be honest with you guys. If you disagree with me, then just throw me some shade in the comments, but I really don't think it's that good. And then Wingle Youth. It's kind of cute that they threw Wingle Youth in this SP Clan pack. I think Wingle Youth was one of the more overhyped cards, to be honest. I thought it was going to be really good, but then in practice it didn't turn out the way I wanted it to. And the fact that you only search top 7 for an on-hit ability, it's not very nice to me. But then again, you really don't have a cost to pay, so maybe I'm unappreciative. Yeah. And then also Divine Night King, Alfred Holy Savior. That card, I'm very happy that they put that in the SP Clan pack. Very important card for the entire Alphago Blaster deck. So those are the cards for the SP pack. You guys, if you're getting a K-Split and you're really into Alphago Blaster, just jump on that stuff, guys. Maybe even get 2 K-Splits. Why not? Now, is this stuff even good? I would say that the majority of the cards are very good. I think that Gancelot is beyond broken. I think that Hull Blocks is really, really phenomenal. Lien the Sentinel is very good. The G-Guardian is very, very good. New Style Blaster Lu and Knight of Pulsation Starius. Those two cards I feel like weren't the greatest additions to Royal Paladin, but you're not going to get a money card with every single card in the set. Bushiroad knows that. They're not just gonna make Royal Paladins ridiculously broken. I'm such a liar. Yes, they are. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you hit that subscribe button. We'll keep on making content as long as you guys keep liking it. I'm glad that we're getting so much support around here, and we out. Vanglory out. This is Adam Mejia.